on, guys? It's Lexi Vee. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing a mukbang plus a story time about the worst and best trip of my life. Some crazy stuff happened. I just got back from a California business trip and I'm gonna tell you how it went in today's video. But first, let's get the eats. I'm hungry. Guess what? They just came out with a strawberry frosty at Wendy's, and me and my sister are fiends for that strawberry milk. Like, you catch us drinking strawberry milk all the time, so I'm excited about this strawberry frosty. I'm gonna get a strawberry and a chocolate. Girl, I want the whole menu. It's 2 o'clock. I haven't eaten anything. Gobble bees, follow me, drip down the side of me quick. Can I do the family meal?
4-piece, the 4-4?
No, I was talking about the feed the fam deal or whatever. The 2 spicy chickens with the 2 junior cheeseburgers.
Okay. Anything else?
And then can I do no bacon on those?
Bacon on the cheeseburgers?
Yeah, no bacon on that.
Alright, anything else?
Can I do a 10-piece nugget?
You want this nuggets or the combo?
Just the nuggets.
What sauce?
Barbecue and ranch.
Anything else?
And then just a strawberry frosty and a chocolate frosty.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Alright, you put first one down.
I summer cards on my wrist is fixed. I don't need no fight, just give me shit. Just me, I like the risk. Think I'm so out of the
All right, we are back home. We have everything here that we got from Wendy's. Now, don't let me fool you. I can't eat this much food, even if I wanted to. But in this story time, we will be going through why I went to California, what the whole business trip was, the big opportunity, how much fun I had, and then how my heart broke when I got home. But we're gonna start the story from the very, very beginning. Well, I guess I'll start with some nuggets. I love these nuggets. There goes half my food. Okay, I'm actually gonna try this strawberry frosty that they added. If you don't know me, I love strawberry everything. I love strawberry ice cream. I love strawberry milk. So we're gonna see what the strawberry, I couldn't wait anymore. Ooh, strawberry is so good. I don't know what my addiction to strawberry is, but bussin'. I also have chocolate. I mean, they've always had chocolate and vanilla, so I always went for the chocolate. I'm not sure that it has anything on strawberry. Chocolate bust every time. Man, they're both so good. Chocolate is so rich. I can't even pick. I'm gonna just pick up a fry. Anyways, let's get into this story time because I know you're dying to know what went down. If you've seen the TikTok I made, if you follow me on my spam and you saw the spam post I made, you will know that I was devastated. But like I said earlier, let's start from the beginning. So let me take you guys through everything, okay? I was offered a deal to do a photo shoot for a back to school campaign with Dick's Sporting Goods. On Monday, this was the day I had to fly to California. Let me just give you a timeline so you kind of have an idea, right? So I was gonna be I was in California from Monday to, I believe, Thursday. I flew on Monday, flew out Thursday. On Tuesday was my COVID test and my brief. I was really excited when Dick's Sporting Goods reached out and said they wanted to work with me. I was shook, okay? I wanted it so bad as soon as I heard that it was maybe, you know, it's not an offer yet, but it was still kind of being talked about. I was really excited and I knew that I wanted it, especially because it included me having to fly out to LA and be a part of a photo/video shoot. So yeah, that was the business trip. I was going to LA for the back to school campaign video, pretty much, which was so crazy. I'm gonna have a fry. But this is the first time I ever did anything like this. Well, not anything like this because I did do the ABC video shoot for the episode, but I've never been a part of like something like this. I don't know. I guess it's kind of similar to the ABC thing, but it was different in its own way, okay? Because this was like a video shoot. We were shooting a campaign. This was my first time being a part of any kind of campaign. So this was my first time being on set, and to say the least, I was nervous. I was like a nervous wreck. So here's how the whole thing went down. And I'm gonna start from the beginning of the trip because this was not your average business trip that ran smoothly, okay? We definitely hit some bumps, all right? So it starts on Monday, the day we're supposed to fly out and go to LA. So this is where the foolery began. Where I live, you almost always have to make a connecting flight. You're never really gonna have any flight just going straight. Have to stop, make a connecting flight all the time. And we have such a small airport. It's like the smallest airport I've ever been in to this day. This is good. So we get to the airport to go to Atlanta. We check in, and I notice on my Delta app that our flight has been delayed. And I wasn't really thinking anything of it. I was like, okay, our flight's delayed. We'll just, be arriving to California a little later. And next thing you know, I'm looking at our connecting flight. Because our flight to Atlanta was delayed due to weather, we were scheduled to come in after our connecting flight leaves. So we would 100% miss our flight due to this weather delay. So that was bump number one. As you saw, that was the fifth hand of the day. I'm just kidding, guys. Everybody in my family can eat. So we get to the airport knowing we're gonna have to talk to the Delta and basically ask them to figure out, what we can do, what our options are, what flight we can get on next. So they basically tell us that if we go to Atlanta, the only flight that they have going to California, the next flight leaving Atlanta, is the next day at like 7 in the morning. So the plan was for me to check my suitcase instead of carry it onto the plane because I knew I had bottles, like my hair products and my face products, that were over the limit of what you can take through carry-on. So I knew that the plan always was to check my bag and not worry about it, not carry it, and I'll just get it from baggage claim in LA. But the problem now was if we checked our bags would go all the way to LA and we would stop in Atlanta and we wouldn't have our bags for the night, which means we wouldn't have our toothbrush, our change of clothes, our soap. We wouldn't have anything. And we were like, that's not happening. We're not gonna let our bags go and not us. You know what I mean? So we were talking to the people at Delta and they were giving us a little bit of an attitude. But eventually, we just say, hey, we'll throw all of my products away at security, at TSA, and I'll just buy them back in LA. Which was gonna be terrifying, because when I tell y'all, I had my good products, okay? I had all my good products. So we go through security, and by the grace of God, they let us through. We explained to them the issue. And we were good. So, we make it to Atlanta. We get picked up, we stay the night, and we wake up at 4 in the morning. My dad woke me up at 4 in the morning, okay? Why did he wake me up at 4? It's beyond me. Hold on. I'm skipping a whole part. Listen, we get to Atlanta, and I look on my phone, and I'm like, bro, we don't have the same flight. My dad had a totally different flight from mine. So when we got to Delta in my city, when we got there, the lady put us on 2 different flights going to LA. Why would she do that? I literally do not know. But we got put on 2 separate flights. His flight was going out at 7 a.m. My flight was going out at like 10. And I had a connecting flight. I had to stop in Dallas and then go to LA, which would have been terrible. Would I have to check my bags again? Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So we get there and we realize me and my dad are on 2 separate flights, and we go to talk to somebody at the Delta help desk. We stand in line at the Delta help desk, we're talking to somebody, and he's like, well, he basically tells us there's nothing he could do about it. His flight is full. The only thing he could do is put me on standby, and then maybe I would get a seat. And that was the best he could do, which we're not finna get rid of my other ticket just to put me on standby. And my dad was like, nah, man, I need to know. And y'all, I got all of this on camera. I recorded all of this. All of this was on camera. Live, in action. I had it all. I was recording it all. And my dad was getting tight. He was like, nah, man, I need to be sure we're on the same plane. His dad instincts kicked in. I can't even lie. Like, He went all dad mode on these people. So then, the guy literally tells us there's nothing he could do. In my head, I'm like, you know, I can do it. By this time, I just came back from Florida. I navigated through that airport with, you know, my whole family pretty much. And that was chill. I got it. I got airports. Like, I could do it. I could do it, you know? I got airports. So I was like, I could do it. It's just baggage claim was the only thing I was worried about. Like, finding where my baggage claim was, because I've never been to Dallas airport. I don't know how big it is. I don't know. And everything has signs. I really could just ask, but like, y'all know, bruh. I guess I wouldn't have a choice, but I wouldn't want to do that. And then finding my gate, or no. I was really worried about baggage claim in LA, because that's where I was picking up my bags. So then, y'all, this story just keeps getting better and better, and then worse and worse. Like, what? So, get this. We get to Atlanta, we get to our hotel. My mom calls and she's like, there's one seat left on the flight my dad is on. Should I buy it? We're like, yeah, buy it. Because me and my dad didn't want to be on 2 separate flights. Especially not me. Because, man, I just didn't feel like, you know, I wasn't quite ready. But I'm ready now. So, my mom got the ticket. She found us a seat. She was on the phone with Delta for the longest. And she clutched up last minute. I'm talking, the game is tied on 4th quarter. There's 3 seconds left. And I got the seat. Like, clutched the seat. And me and my dad were on the same flight. Oh, but don't get me wrong. I could have done the airport if I had to, but I didn't want to. Just because we just went through all of that with TSA and Delta just a second ago. And it was stressful. We were stressing. It's so hard to tell the story without, like I could have just showed you. I have to tell you this story when it was all recorded. I didn't miss a beat. I'm talking even when I was exhausted as a I was exhausted and I still picked up the camera and recorded. But anyways, y'all, we're not even to that part of the story. That's the very end. So you're just gonna have to take a bite. Yeah, settle in, because this story got a long way to go. Alright, so my mom clutched up. She got us the seat. We fly to LA the next day. And we're good. We're in LA. We get picked up by my dad's cousin. He clutched up and picked us up too, because we didn't have a car service. We didn't have plans, so we were just gonna have to get an Uber. But my dad's cousin clutched up too. So, number 2. Where we were supposed to come in on Monday afternoon, we ended up coming in on Tuesday morning. And we had to go take a COVID test just to make sure, you know, we were all safe and clear to work on set. And we had a briefing meeting on Tuesday as well. So, that was later on Tuesday though. So this is where stuff gets fun. You know, the stress is gone, so we think. And we're just living. Woo! Yay! No more stress! So, we're in Pasadena because that's where the shoot was. And that's where like the whole place was where you go and shoot stuff. Like films at. Production places. I don't know what it's called. So the whole day was good in Pasadena, and I actually went to Riverside as well, and it was really nice, you know, just taking in another place other than here, and you know, seeing other parts of the world, because I haven't traveled very far or very many places or very much at all. And I just now, like within these last few months, have traveled and will be traveling so much. So yeah, it's really exciting because I never traveled like this before. So I'm excited. So yeah, expect some really cool vlogs from me. Woo! So the whole day was good, and then it was getting closer to the briefing meeting, which I was really nervous about. I am the type of person that is so nervous for things that I've never done before, like this. Even if I were to do this again, I feel like I would be nervous again, even though, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be because I did it, but I was so freaking nervous. Like, I don't know why, but I was so nervous. My stomach could feel my nerves. Like, my head wasn't nervous, but my stomach hurt, and I knew it was probably just because I was nervous. And it ended up being so chill and absolutely nothing to be nervous about. Like, literally, what the heck? So we get to the briefing and we sit down and it's totally chill. I met 2 awesome creators, Marla Catherine and Javon Henley. So these are the 2 awesome creators that I met who were also a part of the campaign, and it was so awesome, like meeting other people who do what I do, because where I'm from, there's not many people who do YouTube or anything, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the briefing meeting was so chill, and the people who led the meeting, they were really nice, and they were telling us there's absolutely nothing to be nervous about or worried about. It's going to be so much fun. They were keeping everything a surprise though. They wouldn't tell us anything. Oh my gosh, this makes me cry. Like thinking about how I was sharing this feeling with you guys real time on camera, and you will never see it. It breaks my heart, okay? I'm heartbroken. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a death in the family. Like, I woke up this morning and it still stung me hard. So, the briefing was chill, and they let us know that the call time was at 7 a.m. the next day. Oh my gosh, it's that early. Wait, but I forgot something. After the briefing meeting, I was able to meet my managers, Charlie and Sam, and I was so excited about that because I've actually been with Charlie for like some years now, and she's so nice and she was so wonderful to me. And yeah, you guys were there for that too, except I left you there. Oops, I spoiled it. So we went to this really nice dinner. It was Italian. I tried things I never tried before. It was so good, and I met my awesome managers. Call time for the photo shoot was 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and it was so early. Oh my gosh. If you guys think 7 a.m. early, okay, look, I was still jet lagged from my time. So it was 7 in the morning, and we got up, got ready for the photo and video shoot, and my nerves were nervous again. I was still nervous, and my stomach was turning, and I was just nervous. Like, I don't know, I was just nervous. So we end up getting there. It was all on camera, come on. We end up getting there, and these black Escalades picked us up. I'm talking like, I was feeling fancy, and I was feeling, I don't know, special. Like, wow, this is like an opportunity. I've never done this before, and this is crazy. I want to do this more often. So we got picked up. We headed over to the production place, the production site. I don't know what it's called. And did you guys know that that was the same place they shot Criminal Minds? That's like my favorite show ever. I've seen that whole series like 17 times, I swear. Okay guys, the camera literally died, but I'm not gonna put you so far because I'm kind of not eating anymore. Low-key got full, but I might take a few bites. So where were we? Okay, we get to the production place at 7, probably like 8 o'clock, yeah, probably like 8 in the morning. And there's a breakfast bar. You guys are hungry, right? Yeah. Let's go over to breakfast and let's grab some breakfast. Okay. I picked up some oats and some fruit, and then we went into this backstage, not real backstage, but kind of like a backstage kind of place, or behind set. Not really behind set either. It was kind of just this waiting room, and there was like a TV and couches, and that was it. So we ended up waiting from like 8 o'clock to, I want to say, like 11:30, almost 12 o'clock.
Everyone, this is my friend Javon.
And my friend.
We were just at a my friend. We got Lexi and there's Cam, and then we have her dad Trevor over there. We have Evelyn. But
this is
we're
what
just
you
talking
can't
about how
See, that right there.
Yeah,
That's exactly how you know.
like I started in 2015, so 7 years.
I started like 18, 17.
So you've been doing it for a bit too.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years.
Okay, and then your dad was saying you got started off with a sneaker video.
Yeah, I started with
That
sneaker
is
content, and I just stuck
And
with it.
she stayed with it. She has very good shoes on. They kind of made. Did you choose to change, or did they make you?
They made me change because it was off-white.
And then we have.
Cam, just Cam. I'm Javon's friend. I'm doing the dirty work for him, recording all the time, and just wearing heat on the feet sometimes.
Okay, those are good.
Yeah, heat
You
on
both
the
got the
feet.
New Balance.
Yes, newbie gang.
The only thing they did in between 8 and like 11, 12 was cover up my tattoos and take a picture of me to make sure my outfit was appropriate to go on set. And actually, it wasn't. I had on my off-white Jordans, and I believe because it was an off-white collab, I couldn't wear it on set because literally, like, when you're doing like brand deals or anything brand related with one specific brand, you can't really have other logos like on camera or in the video, so you can't like cross promote. You know what I mean? Is that making sense? Yeah. So I ended up having to change my shoes, and I put on my Billie Eilish Air Force One Mushroom, Billie Eilish X Air Force One collab. And those were cool. I brought those as backups just in case, because you just never know. And I knew that you never know. So I brought those. And I ended up having to change, which was fine. We get to set, and I was nervous for no reason, you guys. Literally, they just threw us in there like I kid you not. It's like they took us to the top of the diving board and they pushed us off. They didn't give us any kind of script. They didn't give us any kind of directions. They just said, when she says her cue, go on set and go to your locker and open it. And they didn't tell us how to act. They didn't tell us anything else. So everything else was just our natural raw reaction. We just had to be ourselves, which that is so easy. So, you know, it was easy to go and be ourselves. So Chloe, she is a assistant coach for Baylor women's basketball team, and she was there. She was the like, what is it called? She was the main character of the commercial, if that makes sense. So she had all the lines, and she was gonna cue us in when to come on set and go to our lockers. So the first time we did it, we missed our cue. They yelled cut. We did it again, and this time the producer kind of like just tapped our backs, and he would just like slowly push on us to go on set. And then we dapped her up or whatever. We went to our lockers, and we went from there. Wait, I can't like spoil the whole thing, so I don't want to like spell everything out. But we did what we were supposed to do, and it was really like you were improv the whole time. Like the whole time you just had to improvise, but still be yourself, which for me, that's easy. I don't know why it's easy for me to do that. Maybe it's because I've been doing YouTube for like however many years, but I could pick up anything and start advertising it to you and it be totally natural and all improv. Like that's just something that I have acquired. So it was really easy for me to just kind of be natural and just flow.
Ready? And action.
All right, first one up. Let's start with Lexi. Damn. Yes. And we're out.
Up until about hour 5 or 6, I remember halfway through, like we started so late and it was still like so exhausting, and in between takes was just more waiting, and we had a lunch break and everything, but then it was right back to work. And I remember when we got back, we were like, man, we got 6 hours left, which is a long time. Like that's a long time. The entire shoot, by the way, was set to be 10 hours. They had a 10-hour window to complete the whole shoot. And it was really cool because while we were waiting, we didn't know at the time that it was the other talent there, you know, doing their scenes of the whole production. We didn't know that at the time because it was a surprise who they were to us. Like we didn't even know anything. Everything to me, Javon, and Marlo was a surprise. So it was really fun, and it was our natural reactions, and it was just like, it was just so much fun. Like I could not have asked for like a better first experience of being on set somewhere like that. That was just so much fun. Like
Perfect. Thank you, Lexi.
man, I just want the footage back. If you have my camera, you can keep the camera. Can I just have the card? My P.O. box is in the description. Anyways, so we get through the entire set. I mean, the entire production or whatever. and we finish it. We do the last scene like 500 times, I kid you not. And it was a scene where we had to dance. And so we did it, and it was so tiring, but we pushed through. Like halfway through, I had to get some B12 and Sour Punch straws. Shout out to Charlie for grabbing that for me, because I had zero energy left, you guys. I can remember, like, as soon as they would yell action, like, I just had to be joyous and energetic, and as soon as they yelled cut, I was just dead, just knocked. And I would just sit there like frick, I'm so tired, bro. I could not, like, it was so exhausting. But the only thing I learned, like, if it wasn't for the flight coming in so late, I would have been more prepared. I probably would have had a better sleep because I didn't have to wake up at 4. I'd have been a little more adjusted to the California time, and I would have been less stressed out, because that stress really was built up in my body, and physically, I could literally like feel it. I could physically feel that stress built up in my body, and it was crazy. Like I had to just decompress. I had to lay out and just deflate. So yeah, man, I just feel like I wasn't fully equipped with the right amount of rest to go to a 10-hour shoot at 7 in the morning. But I was exhausted towards the end, y'all. But I pushed through, and we finished, and boy was I happy to be done. Man, and it just made me like, I don't know, it just made me realize how fun being on set really was. It was so much fun. Like, I feel like I could go do that again and again. Like, I could wake up and do that every day. I don't know if that means I would be an actress, but it was so much fun. What does that mean? I could just do it again. I don't know. And it felt so light-hearted. Like, it didn't feel like a burden. We didn't have these big hefty lines to learn, because it was just improv, and we were just doing what we were good at. And that's crazy. Like, I don't know. It just felt so inspiring. Like, we come back to the hotel. It's time to go to bed, because we're leaving at 6 in the morning to get back on a plane and come back home, and we're good to go. So we wake up in the morning at 6 in the morning. At 5 in the morning. We pack our bags and we head out to go to the airport. My dad's rule, my dad's number one traveling rule when you're traveling through the air is to always go to the airport 2 hours before, and to never book a flight that has a layover that's less than an hour. And trust me, he got the facts on lockdown. Like, that's my new rules.
Remember to use caution when opening overhead compartments, as some items may have shifted during the flight. Federal regulations require all customers to comply with crew instructions. A miles credit card from American Express. If you don't have an American Express credit card, please let one of your credit unions know we've more than
got off our first flight coming back home. We have 2 flights to come back home. First flight, it was well. I look at the time, we got about 30 minutes till our next flight starts to board. Probably not even 30 minutes. Our next flight, this flight, boarded at 5:35. Probably got off our flight when it was boarding. And then we were running. We ran from the beginning of gate A1 to A78. Looking for B2 just to get to the end of A78 and realize B is on the other side of the airport. So we ran all the way back. Had to find directions. Went so many wrong ways. Finally found it. Had to go down an elevator, run. And then I hear, last call for the family on flight blah blah blah. Last call for the family. I said, oh my God, we gotta go. So I started booking it, like 4 seconds into me booking it. I was like, oh no, it's too much clothes, the backpack, these pants, it wasn't it. So I run to gate B2, nobody's there, the doors are closed. no airline worker person letting us do the gate.
Our boarding door is now closed.
Our plane was still here and everything.
You may continue to use mobile
Now their
devices
boarding
as long
door
as
is
they're set
closed.
to airplane
But
mode. Federal regulations prohibit the use of cellular
I
networks
get
during
there,
flight.
nobody there. She comes out.
The use
She's
of
like,
Wi-Fi for video calls is
We're
not
like-
allowed. We're now almost ready to go, so please take your seat.
So, I got my camera, recorded us coming down the lobby, recorded the Uber picking us up, and then I didn't record a single thing again. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, I put my camera all the way in my bag. I'm not taking it out to record. You know, I'll just record on my phone because the airports are just so hectic. There's so much stress going on. Like, you just gotta be hands-free as much as you can. So in my head, I thought I put my camera in my backpack, and that wasn't the case. I either left it in that Uber and somebody took it. Because I got in contact with the Uber, and he said that he didn't see it, but you know, he picked up other people afterwards. So, which, if you took my camera, you suck. I also could have left it in the like outside area of the hotel, because the Uber came, and I could have just got up with my suitcase and my backpack and left it sitting on the bench we were waiting at. I mean, shoot. I called there too, and they don't have a camera that matches my camera description. And I didn't realize any of that until I got home and I was back here in my house. And I cried about it, y'all. I cried so bad. I mean, so hard. Because I had everything on there. I really did cry, man. It was like so painful. But what can I do? So yeah. That is a story about how I had the most terrific opportunity and experience of a lifetime, all on camera, and then I lost my camera. However, I do have some footage and some here and there clips that probably mean absolutely nothing. Guys, if this footage is all over the place, just know there's no camera to go with the footage. Like, there's no camera footage to go with it, because sometimes I would bounce in between phone footage and camera footage and just edit it, and it would all make sense. You would get it, but if it's just phone footage, it's just gonna be all over the place and just so random. So if this footage is all random, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have given you the full on Shazam, but I couldn't.
Yeah, and these are, yeah. All right, you guys, pictures up. Let's roll sound. Roll camera, please. We're rolling. You set?
So I'm gonna end like there.
You have to go on the plane on stairs. Why? The gates are full. Alright guys, so we just got off the plane. We're back in Huntsville. Thank God. Thank you God for safe travels. Anyways, time to go down to get our baggage home and go home and get in bed. But I say it was a great trip. Man, we went through a lot. I mean, we just ran through the airport just now. Like, y'all didn't even see that, but it was a lot. And the whole staying in Atlanta, that was a lot too. But finally we're home. I'm hungrier than ever. And I'm ready to go, so come on. Take me home.
hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for being a subscriber and for listening to me talk about that experience. And thank you because I know you're gonna be so kind in the comments, because that's just how you people are to me. Why? I don't know, you're so nice. Anyways, I know you're gonna be so nice to me in the comments, because you were already so nice to me in my TikTok comments and in my Instagram comments. So I just love you guys so much. And I really wish I could have shared that opportunity, that experience with you guys. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. L weenie. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up, hit the post notification bell, and hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on Wednesday. Peace.